ready? I was ready.
B.W.O. 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 Brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. In this world, things get hard cause we been blinded by ignorance, man. Fear the unknown to progress is a hindrance. Silence is consent, so let your voices be heard. Man, we brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. Bringing light to the dark, revolution is an art. Man, a lot of people talk, but they ain't never walked apart. Gotta shine a light on poverty and fight against injustice. And always speak the truth when the enemy's amongst us.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's October the 20th, which means that now that I think about it, that's my best friend from childhood, Robert Fowler's birthday. I got to give him a call after this. He's been a guest on the show before, but we're going to kick this back in with people that's always ready. 98 class finest, Mr. Zeb and Wayne Rush, your boy from 99 right here, Sizzle. And we're trying to keep the 97 class still kicking and stuff, man. Tony around somewhere, but we're going to get to this. And we're going to talk a lot of good stuff, starting with local area news and sports, and then go on and get into why everybody's talking about Diddy. But my favorite rapper growing up since 96, his name's Sean Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z, and him and Beyonce are more evil than you think. Let's get right into it.
All right, Chris. So we'll start out with local news with the local sports high school scores. So you got Handley over Warren County, 63-21. Millbrook fell to Jefferson 48-26. Jameswood squeaked out one against Fauquier 34-33. Strasburg blew out Luray 42-0. Clark County beat the brakes off Page County 48-13. Kettle Run beat Shenandoah 44-20. And in West Virginia, let's not forget about them. Martinsburg beat Washington 51-7. Spring Mills won 34-6 over University. Musselman won over Hedgesville 26-12.
First 6 points all season, Spring Mills has given up. And how many games did it take? Like 7 games?
7, I believe. They're 7-0.
They're 7-0 and have given up 6 points, which means that's less than a point a game. I wish I was down there to see that game next weekend, man. I ain't gonna lie, you fellas should go. That's gonna be like the game of the year by far.
Oh yeah, Spring Mills and Martinsburg.
Yeah.
Who the hell?
Who playing it?
What'd you say?
Where are they playing it at?
Martinsburg, I believe, is where the game will be. But I will look. I mean, either Martinsburg or Spring Mills, it's drivable. Spring Mills is a little further.
Who the hell did Spring Mills beat? Who's University?
I have no clue. University High School.
University High School? Never heard of it, bro.
I've heard of them. I obviously they're a West Virginia school. I don't know where they're at.
Yeah, I noticed you said Handley over Warren. They're still rolling.
Yep, Handley's rolling.
So is Kettle Run really for real, man? I mean, Shenandoah was undefeated, right?
Yeah. Well, Shenandoah, I heard, was up 20-17 at the half.
Oh, okay.
And then didn't score again.
And didn't score. So that just tells you, I mean, the first thing that pops in my mind is, what was that, adjustments.
Yeah, halftime adjustment. Spring Mills.
Kettle
Run.
Yeah. Spring Mills would have been worse. Trust me.
Yeah, it sounds like coaches, they just took their foot off the gas in the second half for Shenandoah.
Yeah, something.
Because you got to come out, man. You got to have the players ready to play, man. Being up 3 at home against Kettle Run.
Well, Kettle Run's the truth. Yeah, I ain't taking nothing away from them. They're always good. Always running for states. So, yeah, there's your local score. So, next week, I believe Handley plays Liberty. That'll be their homecoming. And, like you say, I think it's Martinsburg and Spring Mills next week as well. I could be wrong.
I think Handley and Shenandoah play last game of the season. They'll probably both be 9-1, and only loss would be to Kettle Run.
That'll be for all the marbles. That game.
Where is that at? Handley or Stephen City?
I'd have to double check. Don't get me lying. I'm not sure if it's at Handley or because I know Handley only has like 3 home games this year. That's like 3, maybe 4. So I think they might have played all their home games already.
Really? So they finish up the year, everything on the road?
Yeah, they have last year they had a lot of home games, so it flip-flopped. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
everybody they played at home, they're playing away this year. So last year they had a lot of home games. They had like six, seven home games last year.
Yeah, see, that's so weird, man. Because like when I played, they would mix it up. If you had 10 games, 5 of them would be on the road, 5 of them would be at home.
Yeah, usually that's the way it. So I
They
don't
do
know
that
how
weird stuff now because
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, they might have had 6 or 7 home games last year. That's not their fault. And guess what? Tristan wasn't there. How all of a sudden he's getting penalized and have to play 7 road games as a freshman?
Well, it's not only him; it's the whole team.
That's what I'm saying. But the kids that weren't even there, like now they have to play 7 road games. Welcome to Handley. You guys get 7 road games to start on varsity.
I guess it gives them a little experience right off the bat, though, man. Playing on the road.
Yeah, that'll help them in the long run.
What he throw for like 198 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran for like 116 and another touchdown.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he had a hell of a game against Warren County. I was about to say Falk. Yeah, the other night. So they're doing their thing. Hopefully I think they'll make it. They can make a run. I feel they get into the playoffs.
Well, them and Sharando's going to have to. One of them's going to have to see Kettle Run again in the playoffs.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them will.
They got knocked off by somebody. But who else is really good in the region?
Nobody. It already like
really.
The region.
Yeah, because the rest of the teams that's ranked in the state, they're from like Lynchburg, Richmond, Roanoke, and Hampton area. They're not from up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really is Handley, Sharando, and Kettle Run.
Right now.
Even James Woods up there, but they're not as high anymore.
I don't think they'll make it that deep in the regions. They'll probably get bounced first round.
Oh,
just my opinion.
Who?
James Wood.
James will.
But between Kettle Run and Handley, I believe both of them could probably make a deep run.
What about Millbrook? They're not alive anymore?
Shoot, they probably are. It's like everybody makes the playoffs now. It seems like every team makes the damn playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, am I right? How many make it? Like 4?
Yeah, it's so weird.
The
like
top 4?
For the area, you get at least like nowadays, you get at least 4 teams from the area that make the playoffs.
But that's different. Clark County's not in the same conference as AA, single A, and all of that. You know what I mean? Strasburg's not. So they're all in a smaller division.
Yeah.
And so they don't count for us. Martinsburg and them won't count because they're not even in our state, but they will be area schools in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Martinsburg's not that far of a travel, man. Martinsburg should be part.
Yeah, but they're a whole different state. We just live on the state line.
I know, but for some reason, man, like they need to get Martinsburg back on their schedule, man. Like,
I get that. Like
that's how you
get them. Yeah,
that's how you get recognition, man. You got to be the best. You got to beat the best, man.
I agree.
Well, Clark County's undefeated.
Yeah.
Hey,
Clark County's got some good kids down there, man. I've been following a couple of them, man. They're pretty solid, man.
Clark County is usually always tough.
I can't remember that one kid. I think he plays like middle linebacker and he's like their running back. But that kid is like super nice, man.
Don't know. We'll have to check that out. What the hell? But all right, so there's
you got some more local news you was talking about.
What?
Some lady at the bar.
Oh, the police chief, the ex-police chief.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Oh, Lord. Well, supposedly a video surfaced of the local police, well, should we say former police chief? She was intoxicated at the Backseat Bar and Grill. And supposedly this is not her first run-in with what did they say, the Frederick County Sheriff's Department. There we go. Her name.
And she's Frederick County or Winchester? What is she?
Winchester. She was a Winchester.
Okay.
Police, Amanda Bahan.
The Backseat Bar and Grill, that's Winchester.
So it says, it's
that's Frederick County, Chris.
No, it's Frederick County.
Jurisdiction's Frederick County. It's not.
Isn't that by North Side?
Yeah, but it's past. You keep going past North Side.
Yeah, as soon as you come past like the railroad tracks, like that's Frederick County. The line stops right there for Winchester. So that's why the sheriffs were contacted for this situation.
Okay.
And apparently she had been hanging out there throughout the day. She was drinking, and the owner was like, we need your keys. Like, we know you're not going to drive. We're not going to let you drive. And then it caused like a big old scene or whatever. So she finally handed the keys over. And apparently she had a male friend there with her who snatched the keys back from the owner's hand. And then that's when the owner proceeded to call the sheriff's department and get them involved. And apparently, from reading the article when it came out, this lady has had a few run-ins with the sheriff's department like in the previous months. So this is like not her first encounter with the Frederick County Sheriff's Office.
Nope.
So now they put like a restraining order against her, basically like a no trespassing. She's not allowed back at backseat bar and grill. And then like during the video, the one guy was like, "Well, this is a part of backseat bar and grill next to it, but it's not backseat bar and grill." He's like, "Are we allowed to go there?" And the sheriff officers looked at him, and he basically knew his rights. Like, he can go to that facility that's right next to backseat bar and grill, but it's just going to stir the pot up even more, man, if they go back over that location.
So there you go, Chris. Opinion on it. Zeb, former police chief.
I was just surprised that it was like considered Frederick County, but I get it now. You know, you can never tell actually down there. Like, I can't tell that Waffle House and stuff up there across the bridge when you got to pass the ice cream shop and stuff. When they got Scrimp Shack, that's all Frederick County, right?
Yes.
But it feels like it's still Winchester.
Right.
Yeah.
So that throws me off. So those kids go to Millbrook. It's right over there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's that invisible line that we never see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's surprising. I mean, she's allowed to drink, but I get it. Yeah, if you're drinking and getting wasted, you're not supposed to be driving. And then, of course, if you're in a position like that, you would expect them to know more than most other people. Like, look, I probably shouldn't be driving. And if you have a friend, why can't he drive? Unless he's drunk too, then that's what the Ubers are for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I was just surprised about the Frederick County Winchester thing. But if they in the county, hey, that's what it is. And they was probably excited. They was like, "We got us one."
Yeah. They put her in the newspaper. That's weird. I thought they covered for each other. They must not like that lady. I just think it's weird.
Well, she's not the chief of police anymore. She was the former chief of police. You see what I'm saying? So she wasn't in the position when this occurred.
Oh, okay. They just brought it up because she was known to be the chief of police before.
Right. There's some guy that runs the chief of police now, but according to the article, apparently she has a little drinking problem, but she won't admit it. I mean, if you're hanging out at backseat bar and grill throughout the day, just constantly drinking, I mean, that sounds like a problem to me.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I drink a lot, man, but I go to work every day.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, like, well, Chris made a point, which I was going to touch on, is like, you know, you're in a position where, you know, you gotta, you know, she's the police chief or was, you know, you're representing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a coach, like, you got to be more responsible than that. You know what I mean? Like, you have a reputation to uphold. But then what's it like? Oh, well, Tony's going out getting drunk all the time, you know?
Well, I mean, I get it. It's like representation, like who you work for, but in general.
But not saying she can't have fun. I mean,
but in general,
more responsible, put it that way.
Yeah, but in general, we all should be doing that. We should be carrying ourselves and conducting ourselves in a certain way, man. We shouldn't be drunk in public. We shouldn't be acting a fool. That's every citizen. It's not just because she's the chief of police. That goes for everyone, man. Yeah. I mean, they have laws and stimulations for that, man. Like if you do such thing, man, you're probably going to get locked up. She didn't get locked up. Why? Probably because she was former chief of police.
Yeah, they were
they wrote her a citation, told her no trespassing, have a good evening, and they let the guy drive her home. Like, if that was a situation with me, I probably would have went to jail.
Well, you're not lying. You're probably right. Very true.
So,
But I mean, hey, I hope she gets, the whole point is like, I think she does have when you watch the videos out there, the body, because they had a body cam.
Yeah.
So,
but you're absolutely right, though. I mean, because of the position that she held, she needs to carry herself a little better, like better than what the law states. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't be seen in public getting wasted, man. If you're like the former chief of police, man, it's just not a good look.
Well, no, because they lock people up for that. Like,
Right.
she's arrested people for DUI, and she's about to do that herself.
Exactly.
yeah.
So it's basically a hypocrite.
But I would say this though, there's the difference between about to be in a DUI situation and actually doing it. So it's good that maybe they stopped her, but she didn't do it yet. So they didn't have the right to arrest her then, unless she's disturbing the peace out there. Like if she was acting up and disturbing the peace over them wanting to take her keys, that's different. But she wasn't actually behind the wheel, so they couldn't charge her for that.
Yeah.
Right.
They only could get her for like trespassing if they,
trespassing. She was spending her money over there.
Well, she was in the park. Yeah, whatever. If they wanted to get her but they didn't. I don't think they.
No, they served the trespassing papers like when that incident had occurred. So she didn't have the papers already served to her before she went there.
Yeah, see, that's what I was about to say. You can't just slap her with that out. I'm like, oh, they just got so many loopholes now to get you with anything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I just spent my check over here, and you guys about to get me for trespassing? She probably had some wings or something else too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a little wild story from back home.
Yeah,
but,
it is. It is.
Like Wayne said, man, yeah, that's anybody. You should carry yourself and conduct yourself in a position to where you're aware of your surroundings and that you're not making yourself or your company or whoever you're associated with, look a certain way. But at the end of the day, sometimes people, you want to have fun and get wasted. You ain't worried about what everybody's thinking, man. Have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you just got to make sure you don't disrespect other people when you're doing it.
Just be responsible. That's it. That's the key.
And everybody, the liquor, whatever you're having, I mean, it hits everybody differently, man. So she probably got to a point where she was just in the fuckage stage and she just kept going, But I mean, there's got to be a limit, man. And the owner of the place, she tried to help the girl out by saying, hey, at least give me your keys. You're not driving from here. And she did cooperate by handing them over. So she did her part on that aspect. But the friend that she had, he was just a total dick. And I think that's why the law enforcement really got called.
There you go.
Heard on that. What's her name?
Amanda Behan. I guess I'm saying Behan.
Yeah.
So that's her name.
So.
All right. Well, now we'll jump into our main topic, fellas.
Tony, you love that. All right. That's your slogan. All right.
All right.
Keep it moving.
Well, we got to.
Keep it rolling.
Got to keep it moving. We
just jump right into it. Fuck that. All right. Just be like, man, what about Jay-Z and Beyonce, man? I've been waiting to talk about Drunken Love.
Drunken.
Tell him, CT.
So there you go. It's Beyonce and Jay-Z, the devil's couple.
That's a good one.
What, the devil's couple?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them both in concert together. It was their concert. It's crazy. Like I told you, I love Jay, looked up for him. I've almost fought some of my best friends before arguing over him and Nas and this and that when you're young and drunk. But you know what I mean? Like to see everything now and see everything coming out and really being what we've all had different thoughts about but not sure. And now it's coming out because they just broke the case on Diddy, but now all these celebrities are going to end up going down. At least a lot of them will. But Jay and Beyonce are responsible for what, Wayne? Killing off almost all the other celebrities that try to take their spot. If you try to take their spot, they will kill you off.
But they couldn't do it to Nas.
Everybody thinks it's a conspiracy, but the reason people call things conspiracies is because they don't want to do research or know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did kind of do it to Nas, man. They kind of pushed Nas away from the game.
And then signed him.
Yeah.
Nas might have had that song Ether that shut things down, and there's probably not another song like that. But end of the day, if somebody's beefing with me, I'm not going to end up going to work for him.
Yeah, but it's Nas's way of saying, hey, it's either life or play these guys' game. You know what I mean? Like, if he doesn't play their game, they're going to remove him.
Yeah, then he wouldn't have no more music like that.
Yeah, we all know how Jay-Z came into the game. Big L put him on the scene. And now where's Big L at?
Yeah, supposedly Big L was gonna sign with The Rock, or they wanted him to sign with The Rock, and he didn't do it. And he got killed in the alley, and they tried to say it was mistaken identity, that it was his brother. They thought it was his brother, Big L, up there on 139th and Lenox or whatever in Harlem. But there's word that Jay-Z and them had it done if they wasn't the ones that did it themselves. But then you can't take nothing away from people when they're in their 20s and living life and trying to make it. I don't know what happened, but Big L was dumb nice.
I don't think that he physically did it, but I think somebody in that circle probably did it. But it was all because of Jay-Z's dictating the whole situation.
And so, Wade, you believe Jay-Z and Beyonce, which I think most of us do, they're the leaders of all this.
Yeah,
Behind all
they are the number one dictators of this whole cult.
Then P did. Yeah, there we go. This cult.
They've been given the power to be in those positions, just like Diddy. But yeah,
exactly.
They are very controlling in that industry, and not just hip hop. People don't understand. Diddy and Jay-Z, they're not just influencing and doing stuff like this to people in hip hop. Because Adele's not hip hop. You know what I mean? Pink, not hip hop. They got all these different people, and if you don't listen to them, well, good night.
If you're a celebrity, period, man. They control all celebrities, man.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, and like you said, Chris, it's not just the music industry; it's celebrities. We're talking to actors and everything, man. Like people's got to play their role. And
even athletes, when athletes make it to a certain level, when you're that great as an athlete, they can't make you be a better athlete, but they can give you the endorsements and the positions and the money and all this and that to set you up. And now you got all the commercials and you're doing everything like this. Why Lamar Jackson's the best fucking football player in the league, but we don't got no commercials with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Mahomes got all of them and getting all the Super Bowls.
Yep.
Right.
Well, remember a couple years ago, it was Hollywood. Like 4 or 5 years ago, it was Hollywood. They were all getting exposed. Now they're going to the music industry. It'll keep going. You'll keep hearing names.
But they didn't really expose all the people that's getting exposed right now. Like, you know what I mean? I get it with the Harvey Weinstein and stuff you're talking about. Zeb?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and a bunch of actors, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, now Leonardo DiCaprio and all these guys are getting caught up in the middle of all this.
Yeah. I mean, you're right that like what it started with basically, Hollywood, and now it's going into the music industry.
But they're all intertwined. They're all ran by like the CIA or something.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the people that we never know their names, they the ones that really control all that. But they use Jay-Z and Diddy and them as pawns, and Beyonce.
Right.
You see when all the women win awards at award shows, and if Beyonce's up for that award and she don't win it, they look shook at first, but then they thank her. They're like, "Thank Beyonce, you're the greatest." Every one of them do it.
Yeah, thank her.
Yeah, they all thank Beyonce. They said Kanye might have saved Taylor Swift when he took the mic and was like, "Beyonce had the best video of the year," but didn't let Taylor Swift have to say her name?
Right. Yeah, man. Kanye really saved her. I saw that video that you're talking about, Chris. Like she didn't get the script. Like
Kanye took it from her.
It's like, this is your first rodeo, girl. Are you forgetting to say something?
Yeah, she was a kid. I think she was 19.
Yeah, Kanye said, "Fuck that shit. I'll do it for you."
Because he was already involved in it. But he's the only one I know of that's broken away from it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he is the only one that I've ever heard of being that high in it, and he broke away from it. And everybody in the world knows if Kanye dies, well, we already know who did it.
But Kanye's being smart. Since he's broken away, what has he really talked about? You know what I'm saying? He's not even throwing names or nothing like that out, man. Like Kanye is just playing his role, man.
No, Kanye called out Shaq, LeBron, Jay-Z, all of them.
Yeah, I was ready to say he's called out some people.
He's like, "I've been told you about all these people, and you can get them. You ain't gonna get me no more." He said he was like, "I sacrificed my mom." He said Michael Jordan sacrificed his dad. He said Will Smith sacrificed his son. And he started naming people.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "This is what happened."
Word.
And I mean, that makes sense. Not to be funny, Jordan sacrificed his dad, dog. That shit just happened out of nowhere. Like gets
Yeah.
fucking killed on the side of a road.
Well,
Yeah, man.
you ever hear that story about Jay-Z shooting his brother when they were young? Like he shot his own brother with a gun because he was taking money from him or something. But still
Never heard
shooting
that.
your brother? That's a little extreme over some dollars, some money.
Yeah, that does sound extreme.
I mean, you could beat him up, but you don't got to shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never heard anything about that
I
though.
never heard that.
I'll find it. I remember hearing about that.
He's got kids that people don't know about, and then supposedly kids that him and Beyonce have together aren't really both of theirs together.
Yeah, they don't have any kids together.
You're right. They don't, do they?
That
Nah.
world
Jay-Z
is
or
crazy,
Nah.
man. But they make you think they have kids together.
That's
Yeah.
what I said. They've been together so long. I thought they had kids.
Yeah, that Blue Ivy is not Beyonce's daughter, man. I don't know why they try to keep telling everybody that Blue Ivy is Beyonce's daughter.
She looked like Jay-Z, but she don't look like Beyonce.
Nope.
Mhm.
And you notice, like, every time they're on stage together, they never give a shout out to Beyonce. They don't even speak on her behalf.
True.
Like, people's got to peep that stuff, man. And when they're at the Grammys, like, when Beyonce's name's not called, man, you should see the reaction on her face and, like, the people that are around her. Like, people are, like, shocked that she didn't win another Grammy. Like, the shit is, like, all fucking scripted and rigged, bro, just like sports.
But those Grammys and shit, if we think about it, I think they don't matter. That's just another way for them to distract us. And what are they distracting us with? With us loving and wanting to see which one of these devil worshippers won something. You know what I mean? We'll be like, oh, it's gotta be Tom Hanks, who I love. And now you find out that he's a pedophile and all this crazy shit too. You just be like, oh, what the hell? Like, you love all these people when we're young, and now we realize how they made it that big.
Yeah, man.
Most of them. I ain't gonna say every single person, but most of them. Look at Wendy Williams. She called out Beyonce, said she was jealous of Adele. A month later, Wendy Williams is all fucked up, man. She looked like she's got a crazy disease and she can't even talk.
Yeah, man, you're right.
Jamie Foxx called out Diddy, damn near got killed. And some of these people are clones now, the ones they're showing us. Don't look like him. Diddy's not locked up. That's his clone. You can see he don't got his real moles. His eyes are all in his face. They're playing us. They're making us think all this and that, but we're spending all of our days thinking about it, talking about it at work, in the streets. Oh, Diddy. Oh, Jay-Z. Oh, Epstein. But they're never going to tell us the truth. Most of them people are probably escaped and living somewhere lovely.
Yeah, you're right.
I know I said a lot right there.
I mean,
I'm being honest. Like, we never know the truth. What they say? Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because you don't even know the truth now. Now they got the AI. They got all these crazy videos they can make, and they'll make it look like you guys right now are sitting at the beach, hanging out, and you're in the basement in Winchester.
I agree with you, man. Like we'll take Michael Jackson for instance, man. Like when his funeral happened, it was a closed casket. Like we're talking about like the greatest fucking pop star like almost ever, and we having a closed casket.
Like he got his head decapitated or something.
Exactly.
But meanwhile, he died in the hospital.
Yeah, he died from like
from no gunshot wounds and nothing. It was from the drugs. They overdosed him.
with drugs, pills. So why would his face look so bad that the people couldn't see him? Like it didn't look. It was kind of odd, man.
Because he's still alive.
And then all the family members.
We was young, and what the one person everybody always said he's still alive, but we would, as little, we would laugh because we didn't know it was Elvis.
Yeah. Elvis.
They always said he's still alive, and people have seen him, but everybody else is like, they're crazy. He's not alive. But now, how do you know how long this kind of stuff has been going on? When they bring things out to us in these days, they've already been working on this for years and years to where they're finally ready to bring it out to the public.
Yeah.
They talked about cloning cows when we was in Handley.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Even understand what that meant. That was just like fake cows. But now that's where we get all the fake beef and chicken and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Wayne was talking the other day. How you can't have that many cows, pigs, and chickens in the world, and that are killed and ready to be served at every restaurant and every grocery store in the world every day.
Well, I think I sent y'all all the video of like the night that supposedly Michael got put into an ambulance, left his mansion, was going to the hospital. Apparently, that all that shit was videotaped by someone, and they were following that ambulance because they were just curious of where the ambulance was going to go. It never arrived to the hospital. It stopped and they said that they saw Michael Jackson get out, and someone was trying to take a picture, and they put like a bag up in front of his face, and they pushed him into like this door of a building, and that was the last thing that they saw of that. I don't know how true it is. That's just a video that was surfacing. I mean,
Interesting. I
mean,
never heard that.
it's very easy for powerful, rich people to fake their deaths, man. It's very easy. I mean, you could pay people off.
So who do you believe still alive?
I believe Michael Jackson's still alive. I believe Tupac's still alive. I mean, that's just my belief, man.
But the thing is, you'll never know. We will never know. They would just keep it a big secret. And so I don't know. But Beyonce and Jay-Z, Wayne, you've showed me plenty of videos of what's the Beyonce song that's very disturbing that's out there. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, you talking about the song by Beyonce called "Daughter"?
Yeah. If you all have not heard the lyrics to that song, check those lyrics out. It is very disturbing.
What lyrics?
To Daughter, right? You said Daughter?
Yeah.
It's a Beyonce song called Daughter.
Well, we'll just
It's like
pause for a minute, and I'll let y'all listen to it.
Yeah, here we go. Listen a little bit. We ain't gonna bring this up, and y'all listen to these lyrics.
Come on, man, play that Walkman.
Your body laid out on these filthy floors. Your blood stains on my custom couture. Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan. I tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. They keep saying that ain't nothing like my father, but I'm the furthest thing from quiet boys and altars. If you cross me, I'm just like my father. I am colder than Titanic water.
All right, hey, Chris, did you get all that?
I ain't gonna lie, that song sucks though. Like, this is trash. Was there a beat with it, or is it a cappella?
It was something like an acapella, but she was basically telling you the story of the so-called woman that is Blue Ivy's mom.
But that was a hard bar though. I'm colder than the Titanic water.
Yeah, man.
I gotta say that was a good bar, but
she kind of is though, man. she's like,
they're out there telling.
She's like that L word. I don't like to say it, man. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, is she saying something in her music?
But how about this? None of us have ever said Beyonce's the best singer. I don't think any of us think that, but we all know she's like the best performer. Right. As far as just like her name, she's the biggest. I wouldn't say best. She's the biggest, but she's been the biggest.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good performer. Yeah, I agree with that. Nobody's ever said, oh, she's the best singer.
Yeah,
but there's been people that have been killed off and like actually been killed, and people that have their careers have been destroyed early on because they didn't want them to have to deal with Beyonce. And then that same thing could be said about Jay-Z. Yeah. People that make it big, eventually he's like, nah, not going to happen. He shuts it down and figures out ways to get them out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but these people are so powerful, man. They're telling us stories through cartoons and music, man, and they don't even care, bro. Like, did you hear some of the?
But that's been happening forever. Go back and watch the movie Pinocchio.
Yeah, man.
They're taking little boys and taking them to some island, Pleasure Island or whatever.
Yep.
That's on Pinocchio, and they're snatching up random little boys that are lost.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of cartoons, I mean, didn't the Simpsons predict this? Because they usually predict a lot of shit.
Yeah, but that's because the creators are also involved in all that. So they do this on purpose to say, well, at least they can't say we didn't warn them.
Yeah, right. It always
did as they warned us in so many ways, but everybody just thinks it's a joke.
Nah, they really are testing our intelligence. They're really trying to figure out, do they really know? Like, let's just keep giving them hints and see if they catch on. Like,
yeah, and we're so dumb and brainwashed as a whole people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, those lyrics disturb me, man. Like Beyonce went on to talk about like the cleaning lady let her in because she was a big fan of hers, and she's like, "I really liked you, but your arrogance got in the way." And man, she's talking about somebody,
What
man.
was she saying? Like, I'm no altar girl, or
She's nothing like choir
fall
boys
from it.
and altars. She's nothing like her father. And like y'all said, that bar at the end was cold, man. That Titanic water, man, that shit's fire.
And her father did not want her doing all the stuff that's going on. He saw it coming. He didn't even want her with Jay-Z.
He
He was
didn't.
against it all in the beginning, and she went against him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
And that's
now it
why.
makes sense because he got to her at a young age to where he's like, look, and when they get them with all these drugs and everything else, and they don't know any better, they get them. Rihanna, he got Rihanna when she was young. Like they get these people
Mhm.
and they take over. Look, and then look what Jay-Z did. He ended up being the president of Def Jam. And I always gave him props. I'm like, man, in 1 year, this guy signed Kanye West. No, he signed Rick Ross, Young Jeezy, Neo, and Rihanna. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, he got power right there. Like tons of great artists at that time.
And the artist that
But
you just
guess who
said,
was already on that label that he shut down? LL
DMX,
Cool J,
DMX.
DMX,
Yep.
certain people. He shut them down and they didn't even have their music come out. And then it was when it's coming out, they're like, oh, you ain't promoting us. He's like, because y'all already been in the game. You don't need me. But he's shutting down his competition. He wasn't worried about nobody saying, "Oh, Rick Ross or Jeezy gonna be better than him." But
Right.
DMX was straight his competition.
You're damn right.
What DMX even say before in that song in his second album? Used to be my dog, you was in my left titty. Scream ride or die, I thought you would ride with me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And now that
Yep.
we get older, you go back and look at all these songs. They was talking shit about each other in all these songs, and Jay Z was like, "Well, I'm gonna be bigger and I'm gonna shut y'all down."
Yeah. And we was just thinking that shit was fire, because
Yeah,
it was just bars, but they were telling us stories, man.
it's wild.
Well, that goes back all the way back to Tupac.
They're making money off of
Well,
just
Tupac and Biggie got killed at the same time.
And
Jay Z blew up and Diddy blew up.
and because everybody was saying Tupac was saying it in his music.
Who had the biggest music when Biggie and Pac died? It took over at least popularity wise. Jay Z and Diddy.
Yeah, those two. Yep.
And Diddy's not for his lyrics, but for all the things he was involved with and all the music artists he had. So he had at one time where he had the locks, he had Mason, all them, and Mason them they started leaving. They was like they don't want to be around him. So they seen it but didn't tell us because they was scared for their life probably.
Mm-hmm.
so it's really not all for the fame, man. It's really all for power and control. If you ask me.
And they're sick individuals, man.
Because all of them are famous. They all have the fame, but they're eliminating each other for the power, the control. And that's what these two have done, man, to get to the level that they're at. That's why they are the dictators, man.
But Diddy and Jay-Z got taught and got put in that life too and didn't understand it at first. Like Clive Davis, he was the one that was fucking Diddy, and I'm not even being funny. Like he was literally fucking Diddy, Puffy at the time or whatever, and gave him all that money and power and told him this is how you do it, but you know what I mean? You're gonna let me do to you what I want.
Yeah, it's like that.
And that's how Diddy ended up doing it with people like Bieber and Usher and all these other people. He flipped it on what happened to him, and now he's like, well, this is his way. And when people don't do it, guess what? They don't make it.
Yep. It almost reminds me of that movie, the title In Too Deep. Like a lot of these people are in too deep with this, man. That's why they stick with it.
Yeah, there's no way out.
There's really no way out, man.
And look at that. What was Diddy's first album?
No way out. No way out.
Damn, I was never really a Diddy fan, so I didn't, but damn.
And what, P. Diddy and the Family, No Way Out or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
And what was one of the favorite songs everybody liked? And it started out with, Take That, Take That.
Oh, shit.
They was taking everything, man. Kids, everything, man. They was having fun, man.
Right. Jesus.
Where's Zeb at?
I don't know. We lost Zeb. He's gone.
He probably always slipping in that baby oil.
He went to that baby oil aisle, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe he got scared because of the topic, man. I don't care, man.
Tony, what's your take on all this, man? You don't be saying too much, but what's your take with Jay-Z and Beyonce and how they control the music industry and more than just that, but definitely the music industry. And that includes rock and everything else. People don't be knowing it.
Yeah,
like they make the big decisions for those big artists and bands.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jay-Z and Beyonce, the more you look into this, it's weird, because how many people have we lost, musicians or actors, but basically musicians with these, because, that's what they're in the music industry. But we've lost Aaliyah, right?
Tons. Keep going.
Who
Keep going.
else? Big
Aaliyah,
L,
Left Eye.
like you
And
say,
Aaliyah was
look,
bigger and would have
that's a
continued
good
to be
one.
bigger than Beyonce, and Beyonce would have never made it to that fame,
Yeah.
most likely, on that level, because Aaliyah would have already still been there and continuing to climb.
So it's all, and you said Big L, Aaliyah, and you just Left Eye's a good one. That from TLC.
I'll throw another name out there, man, because
But
he was getting big. And he was about to start his own type of shit, man, which he already did, and that was Kobe Bryant, man.
yeah, and I was going to mention, yeah,
Kobe Bryant was starting to do his own cartoons and shit, man. Like
that's who LeBron sacrificed.
that's. But my thing is, the more and more you look into this, to answer your question, it's like I feel they got it. I feel they're doing something. They got power. Somehow it's just odd. These people, like you say, they start getting bigger and bigger. And they don't want them bigger than they are. So they eliminate them.
Yeah, man. It's kind of
it goes all the way back to Tupac, Biggie. All
yeah,
that.
man. Like I don't care what kind of fucking.
I mean, shit. Maybe even Elvis. Somebody probably eliminated Elvis. But
true. It's very true, man.
Brung him up. So who knows?
I don't know, man. The whole Kobe thing was just suspect, man. Like pilots are taught not to fly when it's foggy. When the situation is severe, you're not supposed to fly. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
What gives him the right to fly his shit, man? Somebody should have came through on the radio and said, "Hey, shut it down. Next exit that you can get down."
They will use plane crashes all the time or helicopter things like that.
Yeah,
to throw us in the loop. Because look, the same thing happened with Aaliyah. They blamed it on her, saying that she was taking all her luggage on that one flight, and they was like, "It's too much weight. We're not going to take it all." And she said, "Yes, we are," and she died, and they blamed it on her. Reality is, they killed her and used that as their dumbass excuse. They killed that young girl, and then with this Kobe thing, they killed him too. But he was suing big pharmaceutical companies.
Yep.
That's what a lot of people don't know. And what's the biggest companies in the world? Pharmaceutical and oil. Pharmaceutical. Yep. He was suing them. They killed him. When you make it to certain levels, you sacrifice people. LeBron sacrificed him, beat his record. The very next day, he gets into a helicopter crash and dies. What did they give out at Kobe Bryant's last game when he scored that 60 points? They gave all the kids toy Kobe Bryants that turned into a helicopter.
That's wild.
That is fucking weird, bro.
Yeah. But
how crazy is that?
What's popped
That's
in
super crazy. And they also try to blame Kobe for the situation of the helicopter being flown, because they try to say that the pilot told Kobe he shouldn't fly, and Kobe said, "Well, I got to get back. My daughter's got a game." Like, Kobe wouldn't be worried about a fucking game, bro. One game for his daughter, like, it don't make sense, bro. It don't add up, man.
Oh, of course they're going to blame it on somebody who can't defend himself now.
Yeah, so they're basically saying that Kobe forced the pilot to fly the helicopter, man. I don't believe that shit, man.
And that's what they said about Aaliyah. So these are people that are being set up and killed, and they're using these planes and helicopters and everything else to be like, "Oh, this is why they died." No, I can't lie. When I found out Kobe died, it was before almost anybody, and it was so weird. My roommate got a call from his old roommate, and he don't even like sports, and was like, "Oh, Kobe died," and I heard him say that, and I'm like, Kobe got killed in a helicopter crash. This is before 10 a.m. So I'm looking on ESPN everywhere, but I already felt it for something. I felt it in my soul. I'm like, man, nobody would just make that up. But I'm like, no way, that's true. Mm-hmm. It was Wojnarowski didn't have it yet. ABC News, ESPN, TMZ didn't even quite have it yet. And when it came out, and I just knew it. But
Bruh, my opinion.
they killed him.
My opinion, he's
And
not
they
dead.
sacrificed all those little kids too and their family.
My opinion, Kobe Bryant's not dead, bro.
You don't think?
They have the power to make a situation look like someone was on that plane. Okay? Nobody knows who was on that plane. We was all asleep when this shit happened. You feel what I'm saying? They could have basically just said that this happened, removed Kobe from this world. Kobe's probably living in a different country. We know he speaks multiple languages. He has the money to switch his identity, switch his name publicly. You have money. If you have money, you can do all these things, man. They're probably living under a different alias in a different country right now.
Man, you just believe everybody's still alive.
Man, because I don't believe the cause of death. It just doesn't add up to me. The story of how the cause of death happened, like it just don't make sense to me, Tony.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of it don't. But I was just sitting there thinking like musicians and stuff are going through my head who's died in plane crashes. Like one is Patsy Cline. Yeah, you can look into research all of this and find out like what she died in a plane crash.
Like I'll put it to you like this: Chadwick. Remember Chadwick Boseman?
Mm-hmm.
All right, he was the main character in the Jackie Robinson movie, wasn't he?
But he died. He died of a disease.
Nah, but the movie,
he was. You could see he was looking sick and stuff when he was going through things.
I mean, you can call it conspiracy, whatever. I think it's just so weird that he does a movie with Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson's number was 42. Chadwick died how old? 42 years old. It's kind of wicked, man.
And he was getting big too.
He was getting big.
There's another one where he said,
and Denzel Washington paid for all of his schooling. And once Chadwick got to a level of making money, Denzel said, I think it's a video out on it. He's like, you owe me. Pay me.
Gee, now he done brung Denzel into this.
I'm just saying, bro, like it's just some weird shit happening, man.
It is. I'll just say this. It's interesting. I don't know what the hell to believe. You don't know what to believe. So
they want you to believe what they tell you.
It's very interesting when you
they've been brainwashing us, Tony.
You research it and look into it. It's very interesting. I'll say that.
I mean, without all being said for me, I mean, who do you think's still alive, Tony?
Tupac. That's the first one that popped. I really think Tupac's still alive.
Is he the only person you think is still alive? You believe that all these stories?
Like I said, there's probably more out there. Yeah, who knows? Aaliyah, you got Left Eye. Who knows? Who you've mentioned? They could all still be out there.
I think Epstein's alive.
No, Epstein. Yeah, that's another one. You never know.
Yeah, man.
Because like you say, they got the money to do whatever.
You guys think Michael Jackson is?
Disappear.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What about Prince?
Nah.
I don't know about that
They
one.
killed him the same way they did Michael. They said he died of an overdose in the hospital. All of a sudden, these great old school musicians die in the hospital of overdose. Yeah, right.
But it's awfully funny because speaking of, because you said Michael had a closed casket, right?
Yeah, Michael's funeral was closed.
People, of course, Kobe, because he in a plane, or helicopter accident. But
and they never showed Pox.
Yeah, they never showed Pox. Like, so that does make you wonder. Like, you never saw them. Is either a closed casket or so.
And this isn't getting off topic, Tony. This is something I love that we do sometimes, but we'll use what we're talking about and go on to some other things. That's why you gotta love B.W.O. I don't think that thing in Las Vegas happened. I don't think all them people got killed. And remember that happened a couple years ago? What happened to them talking about that ever again?
In Vegas.
Remember somebody shot out of a window and killed all these people at a country music concert in the yard?
Yeah.
Between the hotels.
Oh.
He was actually in a hotel room. And I'm going to tell you right now, hotels in Vegas, they don't have balconies. So what he did was he put a hole in one of the windows to his room, which was
okay. So you know all about this story. How come you haven't heard about it ever again since?
Because they throw shit under the rug, man.
Because I don't think it happened.
It's all a distraction.
They just make movie scenes and then make the rest of the world think shit's real.
Yeah. And who's the one who just died recently? I sent you all that singer from that
From One Direction or something.
Yeah.
And guess what? He
Supposedly
called out Diddy and Jay-Z like a week or two before he died.
that's just most recent, yeah, because I was like, I wanted to look into him from One Direction.
Yeah.
And supposedly he jumped.
He jumped from a fucking hotel balcony, bro. Nah, that sounded like somebody hung his ass over the balcony and they were basically giving him an ultimatum. You could either do this or we're going to let you go.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody let his ass go and they made it look like he jumped.
So he just recently called out people, Chris.
Y'all remember Suge Knight back in the day?
Yeah, Jay-Z and Diddy.
Really?
He called it on some talk show.
Really? Oh, there. See, there you go. Damn.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Shit is fucking unreal, bro. Suge Knight hung Vanilla Ice over a goddamn banister from a hotel room, man. This is shit that they do, man.
Mm-hmm. No, Vanilla Ice,
and
he openly talks about that now.
The same facts, baby. This is just brothers with opinion coming at you on a Sunday, baby.
But some of it is facts. Even though, yeah, we've never been there when this shit happened, you'll never know.
We'll never know. This is for entertainment purposes only.
That's it. So,
you ain't got no take on Beyonce, Tony? Because I know, I bet you listen to Beyonce over there. And then Nicki probably all over there to Beyonce'd up.
I've never been I mean, of course.
Not you, but I know you deal with it and hear it.
Oh, yeah. Her play, whatever.
And we definitely didn't get off topic because this topic is still going back to Jay-Z and Beyonce because they are the dictators of a lot of the stuff that we're talking about.
Yep. That was the whole reason we feel Jay-Z and Beyonce are the power couple and they leading this whole thing.
They were put together on purpose.
Yep. Yeah, I truly believe that. I think they were, put together. You're right.
Like, you notice how, like, they're getting thrown into this, but we have not heard anything about their houses being searched.
Why haven't they been searched? I mean, I get
not Jay-Z's house, not Beyonce's house.
Because he's more powerful than Diddy.
Yeah, because Diddy's out here trying to sue people
and there's
to make
two
people
of
look
them.
bad.
It's him and Beyonce. They're super powered. Like you talk about power couple, they're the biggest power couple besides couples you ain't never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're not going after these big people and trying to sue them neither.
Because who's really coming at them? The reason they came at Diddy is because he tried to come at them. And they's like, all right, now you're trying to bite the hand that feeds you. Good night. So whoever goes down with them, that's on them. But they ain't going to let them go down.
Hell no.
They're not letting the kings, queens, popes, presidents, and political officers and stuff go down. Right. How can they allow that to happen? Those are the people that are supposed to be the ones that run the world and rule the world.
Well, if they go down, the world is fucked.
So they're not going to let that, but they will allow music and entertainers and athletes to go down because they're just entertainment altogether. But they're not going to allow that Republican or that Democrat that's holding a Senate office. They ain't going to let them go down. Not involved in this, because that would just throw everything with a spiral.
Well,
like, shit.
I mean, Trump's another one when you get into politics and shit. But why ain't he went down yet?
Money.
Secret society, man.
But I also think Trump might be the one to call these motherfuckers out if he gets in office again, and they don't want that to happen.
They don't.
Because Trump will be like, oh, yeah, we already know Bill Clinton and Obama was all out there having a crazy orgy with Hillary and everybody. And we already know how they do all this illegal stuff anyway. Mm. But they got the whole world ready to go vote, or at least the whole country. Let's go vote for one of them. And they don't give two fucks about none of us.
Nope.
Yeah,
they're in the same parties with Diddy and Jay-Z.
I don't mean to get off topic, but The Simpsons already had an episode of Trump winning the election.
Really?
Yeah,
see,
man.
I told that. There you go.
Yeah, and but that was back in the day. He won.
And then that episode
of when. Or is this recent?
Nah, this is like recently. And in that episode, like when he won the election, like they showed him in a car and he got shot in his head, in the back of his head. So basically, Trump got assassinated.
Interesting.
So
he gets assassinated. But why do we call people that get killed? Why do we call them any different than people we say, oh, they were assassinated?
That's
because.
How come none of our friends were ever assassinated? But
Yeah,
the
right.
presidents are assassinated because people are planning to do it. So it's a hit. It's assassination. People have hits on them all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are getting killed by Diddy and Jay-Z and their power have had hits on them. So those are assassinations.
Yeah.
Right.
We never hear the assassination of Tupac Shakur, but you hear it of Abraham Lincoln or JFK.
Yeah, it's only they only use that word when like presidents get killed.
I always wondered that too.
And then the killer, they
Assassin.
always say their whole name, first, middle, and last name. John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald. Like,
they really do though. It's fucking interesting though, man.
they're more famous than anybody else, and that's why people feel like they can kill everybody and do this and that because they get famous. As soon as their name gets on the news, and some people don't give a fuck that they will go out there and do school shootings and everything else because they'll be like, you know what? At least my name will be known. I got bullied my whole life, but guess what? They gonna know me.
Yeah, man. Like, and when they teach you that in history class in school, they do come out with like all three names.
Hey, interesting. I wanted to look up the definition of assassination. It says, the only thing it says, the action of assassinating someone. That's all the definition
What?
is.
There's no extra. There's no.
No, and then it gives an example. Of course, it says the assassination of the Archduke triggered a series of events. It just says the assassination of someone. Wow.
Man, it's all crazy. Well, you know what? I knew that for the longest. I never thought Lee Harvey Oswald was the one that was guilty for killing JFK. I felt it was the government. But now that I'm looking at it, I bet it was never no dude named John Wilkes Booth killed no damn Lincoln. I'm pretty sure they took him out.
Yeah, you're
talking about, oh, he's gonna help make the difference. They're fighting to, and basically it's gonna end up freeing the slaves. So they took him out.
Well, look at the penny.
But it's been so many years ago that we just know what we was told in school. Oh, John Wilkes Booth killed Lincoln. Ford Theater.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he was took out because he was trying to make a difference in the country at the time. And then also look at the money. Why is the penny bronze or whatever? And Lincoln's the only one that his portfolio
is turned the other way.
He's turned the other way. Why is that?
They say because he helped people of color.
Yeah.
Even though I heard he didn't officially do it for that reason. But we'll never know, man. That was 1865 and he died, right? Like, I paid attention to history class. That's how I know who John Wilkes Booth is. I loved history. But now that we found it out, like, we was lied about it to everything. So we've been lied about for Jay-Z and Beyonce our whole life that they've been famous, thinking that they're just these great musicians and, entertainers. I done spent money on to go see them, and these fuckers out here the evilest people in the world.
Right. When you got something working over there, you drawing and shit.
Nah, man. I always be playing with stuff, man.
What do you say? You gonna explain that?
Yeah, I'll explain that to you later. Once the show's over, I'll explain this number.
Yeah, Wayne's
thing
over
to
here
you.
like, got numbers and stuff. Wayne's doing some weird stuff over here. He's starting to worry me.
What's the craziest number to y'all that has a lot? What do y'all think the number 13 is something special about that, or evil, I should say?
Man, you could say there's something probably about everything. I will say that's my brother's favorite number, 13. That's what he wore when he played sports. Maybe I should start questioning my brother.
Why do they call it Friday the 13th?
Or, well, Friday the 13th, but they say lucky number 13. That's kind of a contradiction, I guess, right?
All right, we done with this show?
It's not.
All right, we're going to wrap it up with my fantasy FanDuel picks of the week. Last week I went 4-1. Last week I took the Bears over the Jags. They were right.
And I was
over the Titans. I was right. The only one I didn't choose correctly, I chose the Dallas Cowboys over the fucking Detroit Lions. I should fucking know better to take Dallas because I'm a fucking Redskin fan. But anyway.
Well, that was a good game, huh?
Yeah, and then I took the Bills over the Jets and the Steelers over to Vegas. So I was 4-1 last week, guys. So I got a 6 leg this week for you fellas. This week, I'm going to take the Bills over the Titans. I'm going to take the Bengals over the Browns, Eagles over the Giants, Washington over the Panthers, Ravens over the Bucks, and Colts over Miami. That'll be my pick six for this week.
Bucks one be a good one. So there's your parlay from Wayne.
There's the parlay of the day. Put whatever you want on it. Put $100 on it. I guarantee it'll hit, baby.
Oh, he said guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Damn.
But if it don't hit, don't come looking for me for your $100 though. This is for entertainment purposes only, baby.
No, it ain't.
So, all right, guys. So I guess that does it for this week, and we'll see everybody next week when we talk about, I don't know, Tupac, Trump, whatever we come up with. You never know what we're going to end up talking about. But everybody hit us up on Facebook.
We're going to talk about exercising after the age of 40.
Which I don't.
A lot of y'all people need to do, but that ain't the topic. I ain't going to tell y'all the topic of next week. I want y'all to tune back in. So tune back in with us next Sunday, and we'll have that fire topic for you.
All right, guys. It's been fun. So like I say, everybody hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or X. We're on all those platforms, and you message us if you want to be a guest, have any ideas, thoughts, topics, opinions of us. Let us know. So, all right, fellas, Wayne, Chris, it's been fun.
All right, Zeb.
Yep, everybody. All right, Zeb. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
Stay safe and stay blessed.
Big voice, no silence, revolution televised. Ain't no good in private, not knowledge to the ignorant. Ain't never been bliss. Stand up and be heard. We the new activists. Yeah, brothers with opinion, let the convo begin. You know communication key, but then you must comprehend. Preach, B.W.O. Let your voices be heard. We enlightened by the truth, and now we spreading the word. Let's go. How do we learn to live when we conditioned to die? Most people fail before they start because they don't ever try. Man, they told us we was worthless. We believed in the lie. We took it way too literal when Big said ready to die. You know the KKK turned the cops in disguise. Man, a lot done changed.